Considering what's happened in my personal life in recent times, I've been struggling to film new footage at the moment. However, I've got a lot of footage and some projects that I've been working on simultaneously, bit by bit throughout the past 5 years. So this is kind of a tying up loose ends process. Today I'm going to show you the progress of my project room. PCBWay do custom high-quality PCB boards suitable for any of your personal electronics projects, whether through-hole, SMD, multi-layered, flexible, or any other requirement you have. They also have a community of enthusiasts from around the world submitting their personal projects, and you can order PCBs related to anything from others in the community. They also have 3D printing and CNC services. I myself am working in a project for a future video, and I'm planning to use their services since I'm impressed with the quality of their PCBs. This room was initially Rich's daughter Alice's bedroom. I had the attic room as the project room, which a lot of you will have seen. I've got a video there I will link in the description below. I did a setup video on that. She had enjoyed spending time with her father in the attic room when he stayed up there full time. She insisted on wanting the attic room as her bedroom and talked me into converting her old bedroom into my project room. So here we are. I'll be honest, I actually don't like flat pack building. I know some people enjoy it, but I find it a bit tedious. The same goes for DIY in general. I like the feeling of completing it, but I'm not a big fan of painting or putting up shelves, installing lights or fans or anything like that. And I'm not particularly good at it either. I just do it because I have to do it. I seem to always end up doing it because, well, I'm a glutton for punishment. I seem to want to customize everything around me in a specific way, and that's the problem with being unconventional. However, the upside to putting in all the hard work and effort, is that you have things exactly the way you want them. I've been working on this room for the past couple of years, whenever I got the chance. Truthfully, there's been so much going on in all aspects of life, which has caused delays and setbacks. It's just not been easy these past 3 years. removing this wallpaper is not something I remember fondly doing. Frankly, it was so messy and unpleasant that I was just wishing it was over quickly as I was doing it. I don't like wallpaper, and neither does Rich. We both find it a bit tacky. So next thing to put up is the second light. I've already put up the first one. Now the second one, first of all, though, the box seemed suspiciously small, and yes, it is smaller than the first one. I was expecting it to be this size. However, it's only, I mean, it's just like fractionally smaller. Anyway, it's still really nice. So hopefully it'll look nice once it's up as well. Okay, so while we sort out the fitting and the electrics, let's just put the globe in there. Shit, so. Okay, so I've installed that and all the wiring as well. Okay, so the weight of this glass will straighten it out so it won't be kinked. So the ceiling fans. I'm not going to go about this too much, but there is a lot of detail to cover. Okay, so I've just installed this ceiling fan. It's connected directly to mains, which means it will just work at one single speed. Now, unless it's really hot all the time, and we do not live in that climate, unfortunately, it makes the fan a bit pointless. So I got a wireless speed controller. However, these 3 speed settings don't seem to make much of a difference or slow down the fan at all. Okay, so, oh, that's quite a fast low. I've ended up going down this ceiling fan rabbit hole. You know, I've installed a few of them in this house. And I learned a lot about it out of necessity. My first experience of buying a fan controller was a disappointment because it caused the fan to hum and buzz pretty badly at low speeds. And it was very distracting. This is what made me look into it further. So for slow speeds, I ended up getting a variac here, which is basically a variable transformer. And that is what determines the speed of the fan. Okay, so I'll summarize. There are 2 types of fan controllers that I came across. Well, 3 if you want to include using a variac. I've not actually come across a variac fan controller. So yeah, 2 types of fan controller that I know of. One is using, well, a common one is using a triac. Very crudely explained, this triac circuit alters the AC waveform, resulting in the fan turning on and off at different rates, causing it to slow down or speed up depending on how you've adjusted it. This is what's caused the buzzing within the fan, and I wanted to search for another alternative that isn't a variac, of course. I came across this fan controller that uses capacitors. Basically, if you connect an AC capacitor in series with, let's say, an AC mains powered fan or lamp, it acts as a voltage dropper. How much it drops the voltage depends on the value of the capacitor. This controller here is capacitor based. Different capacitors are connected to the different points, therefore adjusting the speed. So since these capacitor values in the wireless controller aren't making much of a difference, I need to replace them and try different values. I swear, I don't try to make my life this complicated for myself. Everything I do in life seems to require some sort of customization of something or other. But then I don't do myself any favors by wanting certain things to be in a certain way, which ends up with me going through all this extra learning and complete faff. So I finally got the fan working at the speeds I want. There is more to come on the project room. My mother's passing happened right in the middle of all this, and priorities drastically changed. I'm still trying to deal with all that, to be honest, but alongside that, I want to continue with my project room and work on more footage and put together a second part for you. I want to do it properly and not leave out the attention to detail that I always seem to have the urge to put in my videos. I might even end up creating another video in between the parts, if that's the case, if it's not up to scratch, the room or the video. In the next part, I'll be concentrating more on the setup of the vintage computers, the synthesizers, the electronic setup, and all that. I still need to do a little more DIY, as in putting shelves up, but thankfully, other than that, most of the DIY is actually done. I want to thank you so much for your supportive and kind responses on my last talk video. I was really touched by the support I received from you all. Really, I appreciate it. Thank you.